Hi guys, welcome. I'm Stacy with Independence Project, and today I'm going to take you along as I redo our dining room table. Okay, this is what the wood looks like right now. As you can see, I've already sanded down this one and this side. I might sand a little bit more here to get off a little more of the stain, but I like the contrast in the wood colors. This one still needs to be sanded. It is beautiful wood, but the finish has taken a lot of abuse. You see here where my daughter decided to paint her nails on the table and some other nicks and scratches. So I'm going to sand this down, and then I'll be working on the refinishing of this tabletop. Hey guys, here I am sanding the table with my mouse sander. I would not recommend doing this by hand by any stretch. There are two ways that I know about to get off varnish, to get off furniture stain. And one is sanding until you reach the wood, and the other is to put on a strip or a chemical solution that allows you to strip off the old furniture polish. I chose to sand because I have tried strippers before and they haven't worked completely, and I thought sanding would be more reliable, and it did work. It just took a really long time. As you can see here, I'm doing it indoors. This is because where we live, it wasn't practical for us to take the dining room table outdoors. So yes, we were cleaning up sawdust for quite a while after. Okay, so here I've gone ahead and clipped forward because even in fast forward, the sanding took a very, very long time. So if you plan to do this, just keep in mind that it takes a while to get old furniture polish off. we're finally done with sanding the tabletop. The plan for this table was to do a furniture polish on the top and then polyurethane, and everything underneath the tabletop will be painted. So I'm going down underneath the table at this point to give it a quick once over with the mouse sander just so the paint can adhere a little better to the wood, but I'm not doing a full sand underneath like I did on the tabletop. Okay, this is what the wood looks like underneath the varnish. As you can see, it's really nice full grain wood, and I am really happy that I got it to this point, even though it did take a while. You may notice that the wood here looks a little uneven in color, and part of that is because I wiped it down with a wet rag in order to get rid of the sawdust, so parts of it are still a little damp. So the lighter parts are what the wood looks like pretty much on the whole thing. Okay, so here I am putting on the first layer of furniture polish. Even though the color I want at the end is not white, I am putting on a very pale, almost white color over the wood just to give the second furniture polish a clean palette, since the raw wood itself does have a tint. You'll notice I'm using a rag to do this instead of a brush. I wanted to make sure that it got on evenly, and that was sort of a sacrifice rag I was using, and it seemed to work well. You can already see the difference between the first two sections of the table and the third section in terms of color. So I think it actually did help to do the white layer before I put on the second layer. And this is what the table looks like after the furniture polish, after the white layer. Next I'll be putting on the second color. Okay, so now I am putting on the second layer of wood stain, which is gray. My plan for this table was to put on the gray layer, and originally I thought I would just have a gray tabletop, but after seeing what the table looked like after I had the gray on, I decided to go ahead and try sanding it down. So I put on the gray polish and then I sanded it down, as you can see here. So it is sort of a gray white color, and I really like the way it turned out. It does look better after the polyurethane layer, which you'll see at the end. And right now I am painting the bottom. If you look closely, you could see our cats. Very curious about what's going on. One of them's a black cat, and I am painting with white paint, so I keep waiting for the disaster to happen, but luckily it never did. We put the table up on cinder blocks for this step so I could more easily paint the bottoms of the feet. This also helped me a lot to get under the table, because otherwise I wouldn't have had very much clearance at all. Okay, so here my husband is working on the trim. He has much better eyes than I do, and I didn't want to get on the newly finished tabletop, so he is putting gray wood stain on the edges to make them darker. And he actually did a really good job. I only had to sand off just a couple of small spots, so I was glad that he did that. And now I'm putting on the polyurethane layer. This is the first polyurethane layer, and you will see at the end the tabletop looks much better once the polyurethane is done. And if you look below, you can see that we finished the bottom part of the table. I think I put 3 coats in total on the bottom of white and 1 coat of polyurethane. So I did the polyurethane on the bottom of the table first. I did not film that, and I did that so I wouldn't be getting getting polyurethane in my hair. So yeah, so I did the polyurethane on the bottom, and then I moved to the top part to do the tabletop and the I don't know what you call that, the apron, the part that's underneath the tabletop that we painted white. That's the part that I did after I did the tabletop. So that was the order we did the polyurethane, and I think it turned out really well. You'll see at the end. And that's it. I hope you guys liked it, and here is the final product. You can see the bottom, which we painted white, and I think it turned out really well. I did have a few cracks and crevices that I didn't get white paint in, but I think it kind of added to show the detail work. And here's the top part with the polyurethane. I really like the way it turned out. After sanding the gray down, you could see the white underneath, and yeah, I'm really pleased with it. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe. Thanks a lot.